All right, well, this is, to start it off, this is the on-off button. You stick your hand in the back, underneath, behind the wing, on top of the battery, there is an on-off button. He knows it before. If you look, there's a green light. When you turn it on, there's a round circle, green light. You can see it when you access the, you move your charge port right here for the back seat. Move that, lift the back seat up, and you can see the green dot right there in the back. That's your on-off button. That controls the entire cart. That shuts the battery off. So when you're not using the cart, you can turn that on and off every time. You turn it off and nobody will be able to use it. Put the seat down. This you just, it's like a, you just stuff it right there and it doesn't go nowhere. But right here, if you have the cart and you want it to display all the lights, you leave all the lights on. Even with the key in the ignition, right here, you turn the key off, but if you turn it on, now you can drive it. But if you want to display it with the key in it, come back here. I hid, there's a run tow switch. This is your kill switch. So underneath, you push it down. Now that shuts off power to the controller, and now you cannot drive it. You can still have power from the battery that functions everything. You can function your smoke machine, your lights, music, everything. Everything still works, but you just cannot drive it. So this is your anti-theft kill switch right here. Right up underneath here, behind the back seat, right there. Yep. So you turn that back on, now you can drive it. It's got power. You heard the solenoid click. So right here, these are all your power. This is the power to your battery. This is how much gas you have. You can drive, basically. This is your glove box. You already know. You can dial it up, turn it up and down. All your speed, your acceleration, your regenerative. So when you're driving and you let off the gas, you'll hear it go wee. That's actually charging the battery as you drive. So when it's slowing down, the weight of the vehicle is charging the battery while you're driving. So it actually preserves the batteries. You could drive longer with it. So this key on the key ring, the little square one, that one will lock the control box for your acceleration. And then you close the glove box. And then this round key, the big round key, is for your glove box. Both sides. It'll lock both glove boxes. The little round key is your ignition key. That's the one that you put in to drive the vehicle. This is your forward reverse switch right here. You can leave right in the middle is neutral. So, but either way, I mean, you have to have it in drive. You gotta have the key on, and either in forward or reverse with that kill switch on in order to drive it. So you have your phone charger here, and you have your Type-C charge port for your cell phone right there for anybody in the front seat. This is your USB that's charging your stereo, which is Bluetooth. You just pair it when you get home. You just pair the pair it. It's self-explanatory. There's a button right on top. Right here is a Bluetooth. The little one next to the blue one. There's your on-off button, and there's your Bluetooth right there. So you push that, and you go on your phone and your Bluetooth settings, and it'll say Alltech. Alltech is the name. When you see that in your Bluetooth settings, that's the one you want to pair to your cell phone. In your passenger glove box is your fog machine fluid. I already filled it. I also put in a small, it was kind of hard to find one this size. It's actual real copper, you know, it's pretty cool. But this is a small funnel. You're gonna take this with your fog machine fluid, come all the way to the back, and I put a round fill port right here. You pull this is just a valve cap for a tire. So you pull that out, and then you put the funnel in that little hole, and then you fill your fog machine fluid. Do it outside and just fill it till it overflows. It'll spill out the bottom, and then you know you're full. And then you pull the funnel back out, and you put your little cap, stick the cap back in the hole right there. There you go. Now you're good to go. All right, so that's full. Your taillights, everything works. Your taillights go on when you turn the key on the ignition. When you turn the ignition key off, the taillights go off. See, you turn that off, close the glove box, actually put your funnel back in there. Close that. Now you come over here, now your taillights are off. So you have functional brake lights, everything works the way it should. There's your Batman light. It had the Bat logo is there. And then you come over here, this is the switch to your Bat light right here. The first one in is your headlights. That's at nighttime. That's your bright headlights right there. That's your driving at night. Because with that smoke windshield, you can't see shit at night. So you definitely need those. And it works great. At night, you can see perfect with them. So the first toggle switch, that's your headlights. The second one in from the driver's side is your orange headlight, the cat eye lights, or I don't even know what you call them, but fog lights kind of. The third one in is your Batman logo light in the back, the spotlight, and these two are just extra. This is for any other thing you want to utilize in the future. If you want to put anything, a disco ball, or I don't know what you want to do, you know. So that's everything there. You have your black light is down in the middle between the two seats. There's an on-off switch right here at the back of it. Turn that off, and then you turn it back on. You know, at night, it looks pretty killer at nighttime. When it's dark, this thing is ridiculous. So that's pretty much it. That is, now what that is, I've went through multiple inverters, and they're just all crap. I had talked to Josh. I know you didn't want to really go overboard. They already wasted a lot of your money the first time they tried to build it. So see, it shuts off. It's annoying a little bit, but whenever you turn a component on, and there's the fan going off in it, what happens is, this is your electronic inverter. This converts the power from your big battery, which is 105 amps, 105 volts. It converts it, well, 48 volt, 105 amp, 48 volt system, actually 51 volts. 51 volts, and it converts it down to 110 household current. So that's how you can run your all your 110 volt accessories, like your black light, your fog machine. And the reason that that thing beeps is because it's warning you that it's getting warm, and then the fan kicks on. So that's all it means. I've got my hand on it, and it's not even warm really, but it's just a thermal overload protection sound. It's a little irritating, but it'll go on for a few seconds, and then it turns off. Once it cools down, the fan kicks on, and then it cools off, and then that beeping stops. So I've had no issues with it at all. There's a lot of stuff that the other guys, when they built it, I mean, there is some rattles. It makes a little bit of rattle sounds, but you know, for 2 months from what I had to work with, I would have had to rip the whole thing apart and start completely fresh and re-weld every single weld that they welded, because they just did little spot tack welds, and when you hit a hard bump or something, whatever, one of them spot welds will come loose, and then you get a little rattle somewhere. Like everything I rattled works good, but it's pretty solid now. It's getting better and better. I love it, but it could use a little more time in TLC, make it real solid the way it should be. But it came a long way in 2 months. One guy, I think I killed it, man. You got one of a kind here. Everybody digs it. It's badass, bro. You know, I'm happy for you. It fits right in here, your selection. Here's the remote controls. I kept them right in the glove box, right in your first cup holder. The small one is for your smoke machine. So you know how this thing works. Here is your fog machine. You turn it on, and then I don't want to turn it on because it's gonna fog me out in your garage here. But the light, there you go. The light works. Everything's perfect, man. So this small one controls your fog machine and the lights there. The second one controls all your lights for the rest of the vehicle. So if you want to change the lights in the back, the blue lights or whatever here in your interior, this one is kind of one of the China-made ones. This is what they bought. So this, you kind of have to have the remote control up front. So let's see. Let's go to the RiseCon color. Purple right there. So you kind of got to push the reception, I guess, I don't know how you would explain it, but the controller, the scanner thing is there in the front. Let me see. Let's see if I come around the front. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it kind of inhibits it because the whole thing is made out of steel. So it's kind of like pushing a remote control. You don't get good signal with the remote control. But if you come here to the front of the vehicle by the headlight, this is where your controller is. Here, actually, let me show you. This here is kind of like your fuse panel for everything. I made this so this slides right up. You pick this up, and now you have access to all your wiring. That's the controller for your LED lights. That's what that remote control is trying to get to, but when you have it's behind steel plates, it doesn't get good reception. So you just come up front. If you want to change the lights to the vehicle, just stand in front, make it good. Just that one just slides right down in, and it's back in shape. So if you want to change the color, just grab this big remote and walk up to the front of the vehicle, and now you can easily change the colors. Here, let's go to green now. Put it right in that hole. There you go. See, now you got everything green. Even behind the, I put extra lights everywhere. I went behind your guns. It looks badass, bro. I like the green. Yeah, I ran lights all up in here. None of this was there earlier. Last time you came to the shop, none of that was there. Yeah, this thing is badass, bro. I love it. And that's pretty much it, dude. I mean, put your remote controls back in there, you're ready to rock and roll, man. And you can keep the little one. I just leave the big remote control, leave it in the cup holder, or even a glove box. Yeah, in a cup holder. But this is the cool one. This is your fun factor, the little one. And this got actually pretty far. You could stand probably 10, 15 feet away from it and control the smoke machine from here. You turn it on, boom. But when you turn on the smoke machine, I would hit the lights first. This way you know it's on, and let it warm up for about a good 4 or 5 minutes. And then you can hit the smoke machine, and then it'll smoke because it has to warm up first. And then that smoke machine is 500 watts. So that's what sets off the inverter, because that's a 1,000-watt inverter. And that's a 500-watt smoke machine. So it gets close to the borderline of what that inverter can put out. That's why it makes that beeping sound and tells you it's getting close, and then the fan kicks in, cools it down, and then once it cools down, that beeping stops. So it's just an intermittent. It's kind of like your radiator on a car. It has the fan that kicks on once in a while to cool it off. Well, this is the same principle. So, and that's pretty much it. Everything's it. All right, let me hit it right now for you. There you go. And then I push the off button and it shuts right off. So it works perfect. Everything's amazing. And yeah, I'm digging it, bro. Fits right in, Mr. Batman. So, all right. You have fun with it. And any questions here? So when you want to store it, turn the key off. Turn the key off, just good measure. Turn the key off. If you don't want nobody to steal it. Yeah, that's so cool. Come over here, turn off the kill switch underneath here. You just pull it up on it, right there. You hear it, click. Actually push down. And then push it down is off, and lift it up is on. Down, off, up, on. So when it's on, you can drive it. When you turn it off, when you push it down, it shuts it off, you can't drive it. So now you're gonna let it sit, store, stick your hand underneath the battery, that little green button. Now you completely disabled the entire vehicle. You shut the battery off, you hear a beep, now you're good to go. If you go on vacation you turn that battery off, leave it at 100% full charge. You come over here, here's your charge port. In the back behind your passenger taillight is the charge port. You open that up, and then you can put your extension cord right there. You plug the extension cord in, and that'll charge the vehicle. And then once this is charged 100%, and it's basically like your cell phone. It's a lithium battery, so when it gets down to like 80%, you plug it in, and then it'll charge. It charges very quick. And you look on the dashboard, the gauge here, right there, it tells you. I just plug it in overnight. Don't ever run it down below 40%. If you get down below 40, then the charger doesn't recognize the battery because it's too low, and then you'll have a pain in the ass trying to recharge it. So what you do, you leave it on, let it charge overnight. When you're done driving it, just come in, plug it in, and let it charge. And honestly, it only takes a few hours to charge. It's not like the old batteries. So this will charge real quick. Put it back to 100%. If you go on vacation, then you just turn the battery off. Get it to 100%, and then turn the battery off, and then you're good. You could go on trips. You could be gone 2 weeks, come back, turn it back on, and you're back to 100%. And then just keep this boot in there so it's waterproof. You don't get no water in there. Just you're pretty close here. You got an outlet. Oh, you're good, man. You park it right here. You got your outlet right there, a little extension cord, and you're good to go, man. You know, so that's it. I think that's everything for it. I checked all the air pressure and all your tires. Everything's tight. I went through everything. So, yeah, I think you're good to go, man. You know the seats. If you want to slide the seats up, there's a bar underneath the seat. I know you can't really see it. There it is, right there. A little handle. You lift it up, and then you can slide the seat forward. And then you slide the seat forward. Right now, they're all the way back. I left it all the way back for you because you got longer legs. So you can slide them all the way back for you and Rich if you're in there. And then the side handles to lean it back. Well, that's it, man. You know, there's a few things I got to fix. But I honestly, it's ready to roll. I got to come back. I'm gonna come back Monday and touch up that one piece. But other than that, you're gonna enjoy it. Just don't drive it hard. Try to take it nice and easy, especially on the curves, because it's not top heavy. But these shocks that they used they're not sufficient. These things are pretty much worn out. I mean, they put some old shit on here, so that could be it's actually a definite upgrade you're gonna need, because what happened was they're so insignificant that when you make a sharp turn real hard going at speed, anything over like 10-15 miles an hour, if you turn real hard, the body will lean a little bit, which it's supposed to, but the tire will rub on the back of the frame right here on the bottom piece. So if you had stiffer springs, then that would resolve that issue. But right now, I had to utilize what I had, and I had no way to test drive it until I got it all put back together. So now that it's all back together, we can move on and we can do some upgrades later if you want, make it a little more road savvy. But just to get it up and running and functional for you, you're ready to drive this thing down the block and be the badass in the neighborhood. So, all right, let me go out there and yeah, I'm kind of sad to see it go. It was fun, but it's pretty cool, man. Enjoy it. I'm gonna come back, take care of that. But when you drive it, just take it nice and easy. You know, I know you're not gonna hot rod it, but it's one of a kind. All right, buddy. We'll see you when you get back. Have a good one.